One of the final things that governance committees can do is review how efficient is our board meeting. Unfortunately, I've seen examples of the older the institution, the less efficient becomes the board meeting. Look at the agenda packet. Try to optimize information. You want enough to be able to do a quality job and be assessed under the duty of care as doing a quality job, but you don't want too much. And I've seen board packages that almost take a forklift truck to deliver, and that's not the point here. You don't want an overwhelming amount of information. If you receive too much information included in that board package, you could be held liable for anything you haven't read and understood. So try to winnow this down to what do we really need in the board package. Use a consent agenda to get through the multiple routine items. That speeds along the process of the whole meeting. Allow sufficient preparation time. A board should not be getting the board packet a couple of days in advance of the board meeting. That is unacceptable. Remember, you're supposed to obtain and understand all relevant information so that you're ready to question. You can't do that in a couple of days. We're in a fairly complex environment here. One of the things I also believe that should happen in the board package is that you should be provided with concise narratives as well as numbers. Numbers are at the heart of everything we do. However, if you are not from a financial background, those numbers can be overwhelming, and a brief, concise narrative, which isn't difficult to produce, can be very, very valuable to a director in their monitoring and oversight role. What about an economic briefing? I firmly believe that as everything that we do is based on economic conditions, that a part of every board meeting should involve an economic briefing about what's going on nationally, locally, with economic conditions, economic indicators. One of the important things that we fall down on badly is allowing any thinking time. Remember, the board is supposed to be strategic in nature. You are supposed to be thinking about the future. You have a legal duty to ensure the ongoing viability of your institution. And we can't do that if all we do is look at historic numbers. And that's what we tend to do. 95% of the time at board meetings is spent nitpicking the past to death, looking at all these detailed historic numbers, but not much time thinking about the future. And we've got to become better at this. A full board should be strategy focused. The committees of the board are task focused. So if you have a strategy developed, then part of the thinking time should be devoted to how is that strategy working? Is it working? Is it not working? If it's not, why isn't it? And what are we going to do about it? These are the issues that should be discussed at board meetings. Discussions of new opportunities that are out there. The board, one of the benefits of a board is the board brings outside perspective to the institution. So does the board recognise additional opportunities out there in the marketplace that could better serve member needs? Does the board allow for any education time as part of a board meeting? Get someone from the organisation to come in and talk to you about the latest hot button compliance issue or whatever that happens to be. Get the CFO to come in. Talk about one specific performance ratio. All these things so that you can be better equipped to make your decisions. Overall, the governance committee's role is striving to improve what the board does and how they do it, and that's it in a nutshell.